Alright, some more yellow belt fundamental skills. In this area we're looking at lifting and finishing. The first thing we're going to look at is going up and through. So from our double leg, we want our shoulder planted in the belly button, we want our head up and across our opponent's back, we want to drive up and through. When we land, we want to land across his body. Be up, my shoulder is going to be tight, and you should only be able to see half of me as I come in here. So from here, I'm going to go up and through. I'm starting with my shoulder half man position behind these knees, wrapped. If I can get my hands locked, that's pretty good, because if I have a good lock, he can't get through this. But primarily we're looking at meat hooking behind the knees or lower. From here I'm going to go up, so my outside foot up, and I'm going to look up and across his back. My ear is glued to his side. I'm going to push and pivot off this inside knee so I can go up and through. So I'm up, my back straight right here, my hips are in. I'm going to drive up to my feet, pull on this leg as I drive. So I'm here, pulling on this knee, I'm pushing with my head, looking across his back. So again, we're just starting on our knees, shoulder, my head's up and glued, big step, pivot this back foot a little bit, grab my toe on the mat, pivot to my foot, look across his back and drive through him, through his hips. What's important here is the way I end up. So, when I land, I want to cover his hips. I want my head on one side, I want my hips on the other side. I want to cover his hips as I land. So I'm here, I step up, I look up and across, I push with my head, pull with my arm, cave this knee here, and I'm going to drive him down. When I land, I want my head on one side of his hips and my hips on the other side. So I'm covering his hips. My shoulder is planted in his belly button, right there. I'm going to keep holding these legs. If I can, I step through. I split his legs with my hand or my foot so that he can't turn over. So if I split this with my hand, keep my shoulder in, when he tries to belly down, he can't turn because I'm going to keep pulling this leg. If I hook it with my foot, it's the same thing. He can't turn down because I have his hips split and I can crowd up and into him. Our first mat return is when our head is on the outside, so we're learning how to lift. We're going to go elbow deep meat hook on the same side our head is in. We want to pop our hips, push with our head, and pull with our meat hook. If my head's outside, if he stood up right here, and he's fighting this, fighting it off, pushing in the back pocket right here, my head's in the back, he's pushing it off, my head's on the back, I need to go elbow deep in the back. My head's in the back, elbow deep in the back. So right here, as I go elbow deep, I'm stepping in, dropping my hips, popping, lifting, pushing with my head, pulling with my arm. Right here, right there. And a lot of times I can lift this through and step, and now I'm turning. So, if he's fighting this hand, my head's on the back. As it goes, I need to go fast. If I go slow, right here, he's just going to turn out and run his hips away. Okay. So right here, as I drop, I need to shove it as deep as I can and pop my hips. Shove, pop. There we are. Again, important things with either lift is I'm pulling with my meat hook, pushing with my head, and what's really important is I throw my hips up and I arch back as I lift so that his leg doesn't get stuck between my legs. So right here, I'm stepping around his leg. This is going really deep. I have to arch so his leg kicks out so that when I pull and push with my head, his legs will swing.
again, it's our responsibility to bring him down soft.
So the second mat return, our head is on the inside. We're going to throw our elbow deep, pop our hips, push with our head, and pull with our meat hook. Again, it's our responsibility to safely return our opponent to the mat.
Hands, and he has our hands split. Like if he has one hand, then he's controlling right here, and I have a free hand. Okay? So if this one, he's trying to attack this one, my head's going to be inside as I drop in. So what I want to do is whatever hand goes, I want an elbow deep arm, whatever side my head's on. So if my head's on the inside of his body, my left hand's going to be elbow deep. I'm going to get a meat hook. I'm going to drop my hips down to his knee. I'm going to look up. I'm going to try and pee on the ceiling. What that does is if his leg's between my legs and I lift and pop my hips in, his leg comes out from between my legs. So right here, if he's fighting this hand, I reach deep, as deep as I can go, elbow deep, and on the same side my head's on. My head's inside, I'm elbow deep here. I'm going to pop, I'm going to pee, I'm going to pull my meat hook and push with my head, and he's going to go to his back. When we land, I want to let him down softly. If I pick him up in the air, it's my responsibility to take him down soft, or to not injure him. What happens when we land is I'm so deep right here, I keep his legs split again. I'm going to scoop his bottom leg, and now I'm in a navy. So I lift this, try and drive him up. If he turns down flat, I grab this arm, hook it, come around, grab my own wrist, rock him back in the critter. So again, as we drop in, head inside. If I'm here, head inside. My inside arm is going deep. I'm going to drop my hips, head up, back is flat right here. I'm going to pee on the ceiling, throw his legs out and push with my head as I pull with my meat hook. Keep this up in the shelf, scoop the bottom leg, now I'll get near fall as well. You can cradle him right there.